Good morning and welcome to Ask Doc Live, sponsored by AskDocLive.com. We are very happy to see you here. My name is Ruth Ellen Sanchez, and I am hosting today's show while Rebecca, our regular host, is traveling. So it's nice to see everybody. And I just want to remind everyone that this program is meant for educational purposes only, and the information is just meant to help you have knowledge on your health and well-being. I would like to introduce Dr. Joel Wallach, who is our guest, our speaker always. So Ask Doc Live. We'll start now with Dr. Wallach.
Well, thank you, Ruth Ellen, and welcome to everybody. Let's see here. Well, basically, we have a lot of new people here, so I'm going to just give just a couple of minutes. What makes me different is that I'm a veterinarian as well as a physician, a naturopathic physician. I have 3 postdoctoral fellowships, one of which was from NIH at $25 million, Washington University Center for Biology of Natural Systems. I did 20,000 autopsies. My thesis, 5,000 pages, is in the Smithsonian Institute as a national treasure. Very, very proud of that, because they showed in those 20,000 autopsies, 17,000 some change of over 454 species of zoo animals and humans, 3,000 autopsies. Now, and what I showed was there are no genetically transmitted diseases. There are no autoimmune translated diseases, okay? These are all nutritional deficiencies. And doctors didn't know about that, so they just kind of came up, well, your body's making a mistake, and that's why you have these diseases. No, it's nutritional deficiencies. So we're responsible for taking in these essential factors. I don't like to call them supplements because they're not a choice, okay? They are required. 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 fatty acids to give you maximum lifespan and maximum health. We suffer from things all over the world because people make the same mistakes. They choose to eat certain ways and don't make sure they're getting everything. You have to appreciate, in 1936, the US Senate came out with US Senate Document 264, and they said there's no longer enough nutrition in our soils to maximize life and health in America. Okay, that was 1936 US Senate Document 264. So, we have programs for over 600 different diseases. We have 5,000 products. There's bound to be 1 or 2 you'd like. We can prevent and reverse heart disease. We can prevent and reverse, let's see here, diabetes, type 2 diabetes. We can prevent type 1 diabetes, but we can prevent and reverse type 2 diabetes. We can prevent and reverse high blood pressure. We can prevent and reverse arthritis, osteoporosis, and kidney failure with dialysis. I take people that haven't urinated in 10 years, are on dialysis 6 days a week. And in 2 weeks' time on our program, they're urinating, and in 2 more weeks, they're totally off of dialysis. And so these things are, we've been doing this for over 50 years. And of course, that's what my thesis is in the Smithsonian Institute. Let's see here. We also, because of Bruce Willis getting aphasia, which is kind of a variation on Alzheimer's disease, there's all kinds of other things, Huntington's disease, Parkinson's disease, and so forth. These brain diseases are all caused by nutritional deficiencies, okay? And they're easily prevented and easily reversed, okay? I take people who have had Huntington's disease, which is kind of a, Huntington's disease is Parkinson's disease with all the tremors and everything, and got fibromyalgia and brain problems, including Alzheimer's disease and aphasia. It's all called Huntington's disease. And I've had people who have been seeing doctors for 20 years and just slowly getting worse. And in my program, in 2 weeks, it went away. Okay. And so this is, I have so much history. This is unimpeachable evidence. And then we also have the issue of gender issues, which start years before the conception of a child. People don't start when they're 18 years old and say, well, I know I'm a biological boy, but I want to be a girl. No, that's not how it works. The hypothalamus, which is a part of the brain in the middle part of the brain, and the pituitary gland and your adrenal glands determine who you're going to chase for sex and who you're going to allow to chase you for sex. Okay. Now, when these tissues are forming in the embryo in the first weeks of pregnancy, if mama's missing something, there's a hiccup there. And, you know, it's kind of like you're supposed to have 10 fingers, including a thumb on each hand, 5 fingers and a thumb on each hand, 2 arms, 2 hands, 10 fingers and a thumb on each hand. But if you're missing stuff, you can be born with 1 finger or no fingers. Okay, same principle is true with the hypothalamus and the pituitary and the adrenal glands. So we can end all this stuff with the gender issues by making sure that when we give these health classes to kids in 12th grade, instead of talking about getting surgery, you know, when you have a gender issue, we want to talk about how to prevent the gender issues. Okay, and what we need to do is make sure that all these people are getting the 90 essential nutrients, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 minutes, and 3 fatty acids. They're eating eggs with soft yolks because our hormones are 95% by weight cholesterol. Your brain is 75% by weight cholesterol. You cannot be on statin drugs because they all contribute to the appearance of these gender issues. Okay. And so this is all totally preventable. It shouldn't be a political issue because it's a nutritional deficiency issue, which is preventable. And we have, of course, our HGH, human growth hormone, which I like young people to take even for themselves as well as for future babies. We also have Zeratest for males and Zerafem for females. And I'm working on people who have gender issues and they're teenagers or pre-teenagers, you know, they may be 6, 7, 8, 10 years old. And they say, Mommy, I know I'm a boy, but I want to be a girl. Mommy, I know I'm a girl, I want to be a boy. Well, these are ones you want to get on 2 or 3 eggs twice a day with soft yolks, get them that cholesterol in the brain. And then you want to get them on the HGH, the human growth hormone, 2 or 3 of those twice a day. You want to get them on the Zerafem for biological girls and Zeratest for biological boys. Okay. And there's some that are already in trouble with gender issues that we can reverse. Okay. If they're mildly affected, we can reverse them. Okay. And so it's best to prevent them. Okay. And it's not that we, you know, what can I say when a little girl is 2 years old and say, Mommy, I want to be a boy. Or a little boy say, Mommy, I want to be a girl. You have to jump on that and get them on the appropriate supplements right then and the diet right then, get them off of gluten so they can absorb stuff. And we won't have the gender issue to deal with anymore. Okay. And so with all that said, the simple ones, heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis, osteoporosis, that kind of stuff, kidney failure, dialysis, liver cirrhosis, fatty liver. Let's see here. The heart diseases, there's about 18 different heart diseases that are just simple nutritional deficiency disease. Okay. And so we need to make sure that everybody's on the 90 essential nutrients. These are not supplements. I hate the word supplements because that means it's a choice. No, these are essential factors. These are 90 essential factors, just like in your car. You don't put dirt from Texas or Saudi Arabia in your oil pan and hope there's oil in it. You don't put dirt from Texas or Saudi Arabia in your gas tank and hope there's gasoline in it. You put gasoline in the tank and you put oil in the oil pan. Okay. And you put antifreeze in the radiator, even if it's summertime, because it helps keep the radiator fluid in the proper temperature range. You check the air pressure in your tires. And so you need to be doing the same thing for yourself. Well, I don't know how to tell if I have diabetes. Well, that's why we have the books. Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, Passport Aromatherapy. It's all in your head. Covers 600 different diseases in those 4 books and gives you things that you can do in your home to prevent them and reverse them. We have a new, just came out. This is a new updated version of our, our books and tapes and CDs and things. It's the education brochure, I guess we call it. Okay. And it has a cover pictures. I thought I had like 17 books, but I counted them on this brochure. I have 21 books. Okay. Actually I have 22. But the 22nd one, the big one that's in the Smithsonian Institute, they sell for $25,000. So there's no sense to put it on here because nobody's going to spend $25,000 for a health book for their family. Okay, but we did come out with a book called Epigenetics, which replaces that book that's in the Smithsonian Institute for the average person. Okay, and it only costs 20 something bucks. And if you buy 10 of them, for either sale or for giving to your family and friends and associates and so forth, workmates and churchmates and pastors and rabbis, so on, we'll give you 10 for, well, it's anywhere from between an $8 and $10 discount, okay, on each book if you buy 10 or more. Okay, so we want to get this information out there. The newest book is a book and a CD and a DVD set, and this was instigated by Jimmy Osmond, the younger brother of Donnie and Marie. Okay, and he said, Doc, you know, it's 20 years since you published Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the book and the CD. Why don't you come up with an updated version? So we did, and it's called The Truth About Nutrition. And it's a book and the CD and DVD. We don't sell the CD, the DVD, or the book separately. We only sell them as a set. And again, if you buy 10 of these, we'll take $10 off of each set. And so you will save $100 when you buy 10 of these. And if you sell 2 or 3 of them at the regular price, you'll make a profit of, of $10 on each sale. Okay. And so it's one of those things that I get excited about it because we're going to get the information out there. And then also those 4 books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, Passport for Aromatherapy, It's All in Your Head. It's All in Your Head covers 25 different diseases that doctors just don't pay attention to. You go to them and you have loose teeth and receding gums and bleeding gums. They send you to their classmate who became a dentist. Okay. If you have things going on with your ringing in your ears and that sort of stuff, he sends you to his brother who's an ear, nose, and throat doctor. Okay. And so what you want to do is read this book because all of those issues are nutritional deficiencies. They're going to give you pharmaceuticals. They're going to give you drugs to reduce the symptoms. You're going to be happy because the pain goes away, or the ringing in your ears goes away, your balance problems go away. Okay, you'll see better. You regain your sense of smell. Your Bell's palsy will go away. Your pain in your face will go away because you had trigeminal neuralgia. Okay, that kind of stuff. But you're going to be under medication forever. Well, you get this book. It's All in Your Head. And there's a formula in there to deal with osteoporosis of the skull. Osteoporosis of the skull causes 25 different diseases, including Erb's palsy, where the baby's born and with inability to walk or use their arms or anything like that. And doctors say, oh, they have cerebral palsy. No, they had Erb's palsy, which is just osteoporosis of the skull squeezing the spinal cord. And you can get that baby on her kid's toddy and the cherry mins and the EFAs. And in weeks' time, they'll be moving their arms and legs like they're supposed to just in weeks after they're born. And this is all simple stuff. I've been doing this for over 50 years. Okay. And I have to tell you, I've been doing this for myself personally since 1997. Is that correct? Wow. 1997. It's 75 years at any rate. 75 years I've been doing this. Okay. No, it's got to be longer than that. It's 1947. There you go, 1947. 75 years, okay? I've been doing this. And so for myself personally, and I just want you to understand that you can get the same benefit. This is not difficult. This is very easy. It's, again, the recipes are all in these books. The products are available at wholesale prices. I will pay the shipping if you get an auto ship. And there's a new report out, which we're going to publish, not publish it, but print it out and talk about that maybe next week. But basically, all the industrialized nations have lost anywhere from 5 to 10 years in average life expectancy since mid 1990s. Okay, so 1990, 1985. Okay, we have lost about 5 to 10 years of average lifespan, okay, life expectancy. And that's very, very scary stuff. That's because our food is getting less and less and less equipped with the nutrition, and people come up with weird diets. I love it when people say, oh, I'm dairy free. Why are you dairy free? Well, because I didn't want to have the fat. I didn't want to have the cholesterol and dairy. Well, what's the first food that the good Lord made for every mammal, including human being? Whales and giraffe and human beings and lions and tigers and bears, elephants, wombats, kangaroos, every mammal, rats, rabbits, possums, raccoons, every mammal. What's their first food for the babies, Ruth Ellen?
Is mother's milk.
Well, there, milk. Would you look at that?
Mhm.
Milk is not a bad thing. But if you're going to go dairy-free, and also, who were all the angels that followed Moses? Who were all the angels that followed Jesus? Okay, they were all herdsmen and dairymen. Some of them were fishermen. Okay, these were all simple people who ate what the good Lord put on earth for us to eat, including dairy and cheese and so on. And you just want to avoid chemicals like sprays and things like that. So if you get range-fed beef, that's fine. If you get range-fed dairy, that's fine. If you get range-fed eggs, that's fine. Okay, are guaranteed chemical-free and so on. You can't go without those foods, because that's why we're having this loss of life expectancy. People are giving up the good foods because they have some weird ideas. And again, we have over 5,000 products, and I just get excited about the story of why we're in trouble. Is because we went from wood stoves to electric stoves at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday, September 4th, 1882, when Thomas Edison pulled the switch on the first commercial electric generating plant. And nobody said, well, we got to make up the difference, because we're not putting wood ashes, which were minerals that the tree had sucked up out of the ground. We're not putting wood ashes into our gardens anymore as fertilizer. We're not putting wood ashes in our food anymore. We didn't have electricity on our farm until I was 9 years old. We didn't have telephones. We didn't have radio. We didn't have TV. We didn't have any of that stuff. And so we sat and talked to each other, which was a great thing. But now we're in trouble, because this book and the CD comes out, and it's called, again, Hell's Kitchen. And it goes into the story of how electricity has killed more people than all the wars in the history of the earth. Okay, because it shut off our flow of essential factors, not our supplements. They're not supplements. They're not a choice. Oxygen's not a supplement. Water is not a supplement. These 90 essential nutrients are not supplements. They are essential nutrients. Remember, U.S. Senate Document 264 came out in 1936, that American farm soils no longer have enough nutrition in them to support healthy life. That's the U.S. Senate. And you know, these are mixtures of people, backgrounds, and so forth. And they came out and said it in 1936, and it's only gotten worse. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to you, Ruth Ellen, and we can start moving forward today.
Thank you, Doc. Again, I want to welcome everyone who joined us while Doc was talking. Welcome to Ask Doc Live. My name is Ruth Ellen Sanchez, and I'm helping Doc host the Zoom today, the Zoom show. And I also want to remind everybody that if you would like to ask a question, down below on the lower portion of your screen is a tab called Reactions. And if you click on it, you should be able to see a thing that says Raise Your Hand. And if it's not there and you have an older version of Zoom, it may be under Participants. We would love to take your questions and look forward to helping you. So Doc, I
Yes,
know
ma'am.
that when we had all the dams go up, that also affected our minerals in the water, because it eliminated the silt from going through the farmland in excuse me, I'm a little nervous, in floods and
Yes,
different
right.
things. And
Yeah, the floodplains used to be the farm soil of choice. People would work hard to buy farms, okay, that would flood every year. And then when the water would recede, they'd plow all those minerals and silt back into the soil. And so the soil had a stable source of minerals every year. Well, as you point out, when we dammed up the rivers for flood control, we dammed up the rivers for irrigation, we dammed up the rivers later on for electricity, okay, hydroelectric. And we cut off that food supply. We cut off that silt to the farm soils. Well, the same thing has happened, okay? The same thing has happened.
good, Doc.
Can you still hear me?
Yes, we can hear and see you now.
Okay.
We just couldn't see you for a minute.
Okay. And so the same thing is happening in the dead zones and also in the reefs. The reefs aren't being killed by pollution. They're being killed by hypoxia, lack of oxygen, because people aren't getting the truth about photosynthesis. Photosynthesis requires sunlight. Okay, everybody knows that. Photosynthesis requires, let's see here, chlorophyll. Everybody knows that. But then they think that's it. No, the chloroplasts, the little things, the little bags inside green plants that have the chlorophyll in them, require 20 different nutrients to perform photosynthesis. So if you have sunlight and chlorophyll, but only 3 of those 20 nutrients, you're not going to get much going on there. And so we have dead zones in the oceans and gulfs and bays and so forth, and swamps, because there's not enough of those nutrients for photosynthesis to take place. And many of these creatures that build and maintain reefs are oxygen requiring polyps, okay? And so the reefs are dying for the same reason. They're dying of hypoxia. The 300 million years ago, no, I take that back, 500 million years ago, no, I take that back, over 1 billion years ago, the 25,000 species of trilobites died from hypoxia because glaciers came along and shut off the food supply to the marine life, and they didn't have oxygen and they died. And then it went like 100,000 years, and then we got dinosaurs. And the last dinosaur died 66 million years ago, and they died of hypoxia. They didn't, and hippies say, oh, they died of pollution. There was no people back then. There were no cars back 66 million years ago driving around on the highways. That's nonsense. Okay. And so the 1,200 species of dinosaurs died out. Okay. Then we got the dead zones. Then we got the reefs are dying, and everybody keeps blaming pollution. No, no, no. Okay. And so we got to get the food to the coral polyps. We got to get the food to the dead zones in the oceans, and we got to get the foods to the dead zones in the swamps. That's why we have coal, because there were dead zones in swamps 500 million years ago, and all the algae in the swamps died and became coal. Okay, that's why there's coal, from lack of oxygen, hypoxia. Okay, so when you burn coal, you're getting the minerals that were in those algae 300 to 500 million years ago by putting those minerals or the wood ashes or coal ashes into the gardens. But people don't do that anymore very much. Okay, and even now they put lights in their fireplace instead of real wood and real fires. Okay, it's crazy. Okay, back to you.
Thank you. That's very true. A lot of people are putting gas fireplaces in and electric fireplaces in and not using wood at all. We use wood at our house during the winter, and we actually put all of the ash in a can and a bucket after it's cooled, so that when we go to build our garden up, we mix it in the soil when my husband rototills it, so that there's ash in there. So
well, see,
it's very
good.
important.
It's essential. These are essential factors. These are not a choice.
Yes. All right, Doc. So we have several hands up. So let's go to the first hand up, which is Archie Fernandez. And Archie, if you could turn on your camera, that would be greatly appreciated. And I'm going to send you
Where's Archie from?
I'm not sure. I sent him
what state is that in?
Archie is a person. I don't know. Fernandez is Spanish, I think, but he is not unmuting.
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
I'm sorry. I'm on my office desktop, and my web camera is not working. I didn't have time to start.
Okay. So what's your question?
My question is, I have a friend who is on dialysis, and I know I'm on the Healthy Start Pack. I've been on for years. Also have been following you for years, and I wanted to get some advice.
Okay. Okay. How old is this person?
He's 58.
And how much does he weigh?
170.
And how tall is he?
He's about 5'5".
Okay. At 5'5", I'd like to see him maybe weigh 150. So he's 20 pounds overweight. That's not too bad. I think just getting on the program, he'll lose that. Okay. But does he have any other issues? High blood pressure, diabetes?
Yes, he has diabetes. He does have high pressure. Some of the meds that they are giving him, I did look them up, and one of them is for high blood pressure.
Sure. Okay.
Pain.
Okay. Well, here we go. High blood pressure is related to the dialysis thing.
Okay.
When the arteries inside the kidneys are blocked, the kidney releases a hormone called renin, which drives your blood pressure up, hoping to get more blood to come into the kidneys so the kidneys can filter the blood. Okay, so the high blood pressure is related to the dialysis stuff. Okay, and so what we want to do is get this guy off all the bad foods: no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no butter, oats, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet ones got to go, because the carbonation in the diet drinks neutralize stomach acid, which is required to absorb minerals and digest food. Then, at 170 pounds, this guy needs 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, full dose of everything twice a day. There's 215 nutrients, okay? 215 nutrients. And the classic 90 essential nutrients are in there as well. And then you have 2 bottles a month of the MSMs. So you take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time. That'll support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, discs between vertebrae, bone, makes your bone itself, including liver and kidneys and heart and so on. And then he needs the collagen peptides. A scoop of that goes in the morning breakfast drink, and also a scoop goes in the afternoon or evening drink. Now, the collagen peptides takes the place of the old bone broth that we used to make when I was a kid, because we didn't have electricity, anything like that. We made our own bone broth. It was messy and sloppy and smelly. And so he came out with this collagen peptides to give you the same nutrients, but without all the effort and so forth, and the same mess and so on. Then need vitamin D3, 3 of those twice a day, 2 bottles a month, so you can absorb these nutrients and put them in the right place. And then for the high blood pressure, needs to get 2 healthy brain and heart packs. Excuse me, let me back up here. 2 bottles of Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, 2 bottles of Ultimate Daily Classic tablets to add to the 2 healthy brain and heart packs. And they're designed to support healthy blood pressure and healthy blood flow through blocked arteries, including the kidneys. Don't cold turkey off the blood pressure medication, but as the blood pressure begins to drop, you reduce the blood pressure medication bit by bit by bit based on the numbers. Same thing with diabetes. Diabetes needs 2 bottles a month of our sweeties. Take 3 of those twice a day. Don't cold turkey off the diabetic medication, whether it's oral or injection. But as the numbers begin to drop, they will be able to reduce, slowly reduce the medication, the pharmaceuticals for diabetes. Usually within 2 to 6 weeks, the diabetes is gone. Usually within 2 to 6 weeks, the high blood pressure is gone. And again, I take people who were on dialysis 6 days a week for 10 years because they hadn't urinated in the 10 years, put them on this program. And in 2 weeks' time, they're urinating. So they dropped the dialysis down to 3 days a week instead of 6. And then in 2 more weeks, we're totally off of dialysis after 10 years of not urinating. This is, I do this every day. We're in 80 countries now. We have warehouses in 60 countries. And so we see tens of thousands of people each day. I do Zooms all over the world, including the same team that puts on this wonderful program. Okay, Ruth Ellen and John T. and Rebecca and Nasima, all of these people, you know, we in fact, I was just on this last Tuesday, a couple of days ago, with George Norrie for 2 hours in the evening. Okay, same group. And they bring information out to a lot of people. So we're very, very proud of that. Thank you. But do give us a call every couple of weeks, because you're going to have a great story for your friend. Okay.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wallach.
You bet. God bless you, sir.
Wonderful program.
Thank you.
Have a good
Thank you,
day.
Archie. Have a great day.
You as well. Thank you.
All right, and our next hand up is Harold. So Harold, I'm going to send you a request to unmute.
This is Harold.
All set.
Yeah. Is your camera available?
It sure is.
All right. If you could
Okay.
turn that on, that would be
Great.
great.
Thank
How can we help you, Harold?
Okay, doctor, thanks for taking my call. So I'm 60 years old. I've been type 2 diabetic for about 15 years. and I never really did very good with it. Non-compliant for the most part. So this past February, I had a blood test and my A1C was 9. And I cold turkey just changed my life around. I exercise. I was always an athlete as a kid. I exercise on a studio bike 5 days a week for 30 minutes. And then I have a floor exercise. I'm on a lot of your supplements, the Sweeties, the Tangy Orangerine, the Osteo FX. I'm on your buddy there, the turmeric from George Murray pushes. So my blood sugars are averaging about 140 now as I take them throughout the day, and I just want to get them down lower.
Okay, how much do you weigh?
I weigh right now. Here's the thing: like my weight over time fluctuated up to 230 pounds. I'm a kind of athletic build, but right now I'm 200 pounds. I'm 3 pounds away from my weight that I was a
How
junior.
tall are you?
I'm 6 foot.
Okay, all right. Do you have any other issues? Do you have
Metformin.
Okay, on metformin. Okay, do you have any high blood pressure?
Blood pressure?
Yes.
Yeah, he's got me on a maintenance, but I track that all the time. The last blood pressure was 100/98.
Okay, that's with medication.
I'm sorry, it was 100/68.
Yeah, that's with medication. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Now, okay. Stop. Do you have anything going on with your joints? Do you have any osteoporosis, arthritis, noise, clicking, anything like that? Do you have any dizziness, any vertigo?
Nope.
Any skin problems, eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis?
Nothing.
Bowel problems, constipation, diarrhea, irritable bowel syndrome? Did you have your appendix out when you were a kid?
No. And I mean, as far as the GI upset sometimes, and I think that I attribute that to my metformin.
Okay. All right. Well, here we go. Well, remember, metformin is an oral product, right?
Right. Yep.
Now, if you're not absorbing it, how much benefit are you getting from it?
Correct.
Okay, so what we got to do is get you off all the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, rye, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet one's got to go. You need to live like an Asian. You cannot live like a European and eat European type diets, okay? With things like pancakes and waffles and oatmeal for breakfast. And
I haven't had any bread or carbs in this house since February 1st.
Okay, just a month and a half. Okay, good.
Yep.
So you're going the right direction. All right, so here we go. Get rid of all the bad foods. Eat like an Asian. For breakfast, I have baked sweet potatoes with butter and our pink Himalayan salt on them. Okay, along with my soft boiled eggs or soft poached eggs. And then this morning I had the fillet of tuna. Okay, about an inch thick. Oh my gosh. And 4 inches in diameter. Woo, it was good. Okay. Then I had yogurt and I had all my supplements and so forth. And so you don't have to have a boring breakfast. Sometimes I'll have gluten-free pizza. Okay, made from cauliflower. The crust is made from cauliflower and it has 4 cheeses and like 10 different vegetables on it, but no processed meats. You got to take all the pastrami and pepperoni and bacon and ham and all that kind of stuff, and either get just cheese, gluten-free pizza. Okay, that kind of thing. And then I want you also to you're taking the Sweeties. You can take 3 of those twice a day at your body weight, 3 twice a day.
Only been taking 1. Currently, I've only been taking 1 with my biggest.
Well, that's you're trying to shoot an elephant with a 22. Okay.
Okay. So 3 times a day.
3 times a day.
3. So 9 total.
Well, you could take 6. Start out with 6. Go with 6. Okay.
Okay.
And then you want to check your blood sugar every day. Don't cold turkey off your medication, but as your blood sugar begins to drop, you can slowly reduce the amount of medication based on the numbers. Okay. Okay. Same way with high blood pressure. You want 2 bottles a month of our Ultimate Daily Classic tablets.
What was that again?
Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Take 3 twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month, and they're designed to support healthy blood pressure and healthy blood flow through blocked arteries, and so it'll make your kidneys happy, make your blood pressure happy, And as your blood pressure drops, you can slowly reduce the medication based again on the numbers. Don't just cold turkey off the medication.
Do you think my blood pressure at 90 over like 68 is too low now?
No, that's what mine is without medication.
Okay.
And I'm 83 years old.
Okay.
Okay. And so I've been doing this for a long time, Harold. Okay. And
Yep.
so most people, when they look at me, they think I'm in my 50s. They say, well, you can't have done all that stuff. How old are you? I said, well, I'm 83. What? You look like you're 50. Okay. And that's because I've been staying away from the bad stuff for 75 years. I've been taking all the good stuff for 75 years. You can add 25 to 50 healthy years to your life that you can spend with the people you love and do the things you love to do if you just stay away from the bad stuff and take in your 90. Okay. So do give us a call every couple of weeks, because you're going to have a great testimony and people are going to hear this. Also kind of check your weight, because when you do this, you won't be eating as much when you're taking in all these nutrients, particularly the minerals, because when you're deficient in minerals, your body develops a habit called pica, where you want to eat and eat and eat and eat because your body's looking for those minerals. And horses, when they're missing minerals, they chew on the fence. They call it cribbing. Because when human babies are missing minerals, they chew on the rail called cribbing.
So taking, I've been very happy with all these supplements that I've been buying. I've had for a few months now. So
okay, well, I want you to change your vocabulary. These are not supplements. These are essential factors that are required. A supplement is something you can choose to take or not choose to take. Okay, these nutrients are required, just like oxygen is not a supplement. Water is not a supplement. Okay, these 90 essential nutrients are not supplements. They're essential factors. Okay, we got to change the language so that people understand that these are more than something that kooky people who take all those quote supplements unquote. We're not going to stay there. We're going with essential factors because they are as essential as oxygen and water. Okay.
Very good.
Okay. Thank you. Look forward to hearing from you, sir.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Ruth Ellen, you bet. Ruth Ellen, back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Wallach. And thank you, Harold, for your good question. Okay, so speaking of the vertigo and the nutrients that we need, Dr. Wallach, when I first found you, I had severe vertigo and from a fall that I took, and I was a limo driver, and I could not drive. I couldn't walk or anything. Basically, the room was spinning if I, moved, and I could not hold a chiropractic adjustment. And I started taking the healthy bone and joint pack, and I started going gluten-free. And I used to weigh 235 pounds, and I started losing weight. And then I started, after taking the nutrients, I started to be able to hold my chiropractic adjustments. And then the vertebrae and the discs and everything started to rebuild. And I have not had vertigo in years.
It's a great story.
Yes, it took a couple months. It didn't happen overnight. And people forget that. That's one of the things people forget, that it takes time. You don't get somewhere with your health overnight. It happens over time. So you have to allow yourself time to rebuild, and always remember that you need to watch your soy sauces, your barbecue sauces, your dressings and everything. Jack Daniel's has a really good gluten-free barbecue sauce, and Kiko Man has a gluten-free soy sauce. So there are a lot of options now that weren't available.
Okay.
And so to our next question, Wayne Smith, and thank you for turning your camera on. So I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Yeah.
Very good, thank you.
Good morning, Dr. Wallach.
Good morning, sir. How can we help you?
I'm calling on behalf of my spouse. She is 67. She weighs 135. She's 5'4". She has gallstone. She does in fact have gallstone problem came sometime last year. She has been having high blood pressure for many years, and of course she has, lost her sex drive.
I'm
She's
sorry,
actually
stop. I didn't get that last. She has what?
she has lost her sex drive.
I'm missing something. I can't understand it.
She lost her sex drive.
Oh, she lost her sex. There's an X in there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Now for the gallstone, she's on the protocol, which is the Healthy Body Blood Sugar Pack. That's probably about 3 weeks now. And in addition to that, she also uses the Ultimate Daily Classic. With respect to her blood pressure, since we've been listening to your program, which is probably about 3 weeks, she no longer take the blood pressure medication daily, but each morning she checks it to see where it's at.
Mm.
And so far, so good.
Okay, good. Now let's go back to the gallstones, which is your first complaint for her. Does she have diabetes or high blood pressure? You said high blood pressure, and she's
Yes.
taking the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. She's 3 of those twice a day. Let's see, how much does she weigh? 135 pounds. I got it. 135 pounds. Yeah. Okay. And so the gallstones, we have what we call the gallbladder in a bottle. It's our ultimate enzymes. It actually has bile in it because bile is required for healthful long life. Bile made in the liver helps you absorb the fat soluble vitamins like vitamin A and vitamin D kind of things, and vitamin K and so forth. Also good fats, essential fatty acids and so forth are absorbed because of the bile. Okay. And so she needs 2 of the ultimate enzymes, say 5 to 10 minutes for each meal with a couple ounces of water, because she has a liver problem here. She got to stay away from all the bad foods, no gluten, no wheat, butter, rye, oats, so she can absorb stuff. And of course, if she's taking 2 of the Healthy Brain and Heart Packs per month, she'll get 2 bottles a month of the selenium in there, which is part of the Healthy Brain and Heart Packs. And in our selenium, we have some unique stuff that they don't have in the Walgreens selenium. So you want to make sure that she's getting those 2 Healthy Brain and Heart Packs per month. You want to step up from the Healthy Start Packs. The Healthy Start Packs are good. And actually, the Healthy Brain and Heart Packs, the core issue is the Healthy Start Packs. And then we added another 115 nutrients on top of it. Okay. And then she needs the MSM, 3 of those twice a day. That's 1 bottle a month. And they're going to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, discs between a vertebrae, bone, makes bone itself, the collagen peptides. You can take a scoop of that at breakfast in her drink and a scoop of that at dinner in her drink. And again, that's going to deal with connective tissue in her skin, in her blood vessels, in her heart and valves and so forth. But also, she needs the Xerafem, XERA-FEM, Xerafem.
Oh, yeah.
She could take 3 of those twice a day. It's 2 bottles a month. And they're the raw materials that help the ovaries make estrogen and progesterone. Okay. And so that will help her a lot, but make sure she's eating at least 2 or 3 eggs twice a day. And because remember, estrogen and progesterone are 95% by weight cholesterol. She needs cholesterol. She cannot be on statin drugs that lower cholesterol. If she's on statin drugs, she got to get off immediately. So this is behind a lot of her problems. If she's on statin drugs or are consciously avoiding consciously avoiding cholesterol. Okay.
If I may, for myself, I'm 59, 154 pounds, 5'7", and of course, my issue is just cholesterol. The last time it was checked, the total number was 253.
It's too low.
The LDL was
too low.
160.
Okay, cholesterol 253 is too low. It needs to be up around 300. Okay, and doctors want you to get it down below 200 because it keeps the money coming into them. Okay.
Yes, they in fact have me on rovastatin, which I've stopped since hearing you in the past.
You need to be you need to be up around 300 in your cholesterol, because that'll make your brain work better. That'll give you more testosterone. Remember, testosterone is 95% by weight cholesterol. Your brain is 75% by weight cholesterol. So everything works better when you're eating more cholesterol. It cannot be fried, okay, or burnt, okay. But you can have like a medium rare. I have medium rare lamb chops every Saturday night. That's my treat. How I treat myself. I have lamb chops every Saturday night. Okay, but I also have my 3 eggs twice a day. 3 eggs in the morning and 3 eggs at night with soft yolks cooked in butter. And so I'm getting my cholesterol that way. And, you know, being 83 years old, I don't have any problems above my waist or below my waist. I have everything is cool. Okay. Everything works like it's supposed to. And I don't have any blood pressure issues. I don't have any diabetes issues. I don't have any arthritis issues. I don't have any osteoporosis issues. I don't have any liver issues. I don't have any heart issues. I don't have any lung issues. I don't have any skin issues. And I'm 83 years old. Okay. And that's why people think I'm 50 because, you know, I don't have any of those issues because I'm giving my body everything it needs. Okay. These essential nutrients, these essential factors that we require. Okay. So if you do the same, give us a call every couple of weeks and give us a story on your wife and yourself. You're going to have a happy, wonderful story. Okay.
Can I ask you with respect to butter, about what amount per day can one use?
Okay. I didn't understand that. So you had to
With
slow
respect
down a
to
little bit.
butter, about what
Butter,
amount can one use per day? How many ounces per day?
Butter. Okay. Butter. Let's talk in sticks. Totally, you could eat maybe if you're exercising, you can have maybe a half a stick of butter a day between breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay. Yeah, I go through about a half a stick of butter a day. I only weigh 142. I weigh 142.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Look forward to hearing from you, Wayne.
Sure.
All right.
Wayne.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like that's all the hands up for right now. If anybody has a question, please raise your hand. It's better when Doc can ask you questions. There's been a couple questions in the chat that are very interesting. I have a couple emailed questions that Rebecca sent me to make sure to ask. So we're going to go to one of those and then we'll go to the chat. And this one is from Sharon. The height is 5'7". The weight is 143 pounds. She's 80 years old in December. I have the beginning of subscapular cataracts. No other health issues, no other issues. I'm on no medications. I take tangerine. Look forward to any suggestions regarding the above, as I am not interested in having cataract extraction and intraocular lens implant.
Okay. Well, 143 pounds. You're right on that cusp where you're okay. You want at least one healthy brain and heart pack, a half of those everything twice a day. But also you want to get an extra bottle of Arsenium, not from Walgreens, but Arsenium with the 5 cofactors. Because if you take 3 of those in the morning and then there's 3 in your full dose of the tangy tangerine, so you'll be getting 2 bottles a month of the selenium. Okay, that's going to help anti-inflammatory stuff going on the lenses of your eyes. But no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, butter, rhinos, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet one's got to go. And then wouldn't hurt to get another bottle of the EFAs and EFA pluses, so you can take 3 at breakfast and 3 at dinner time of the EFAs, and 3 at breakfast and 3 at breakfast and dinner time of the EFA pluses. Okay, you need to make sure you're getting those and stay away from strokes and heart attacks and all that kind of stuff, bleeding and so on. And then let's see here, because of the eye and the cataracts, I also want you to get our BTT 2.0 tablets. Now, these are not a replacement for the BTT 2.0 powder, which are vitamins and minerals. The BTT 2.0 tablets are antioxidants and anti-inflammatories, which you want to do for your lenses and your eyes. So go ahead and take 1 bottle of that per month. That'll be 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner time. And they will help get the inflammation down in your eyes. You also want to take the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Take 3 of those twice a day. It's 2 bottles a month. They're going to support and promote healthy blood flow through blocked arteries and tiny little arteries in the eyes. The skull can be squeezing at 80 years old. The odds are you have some osteoporosis of the skull. Squeezing the optic artery, the optic vein, and the optic nerve, okay, and which may be the root of your problems with your eyes. And doctors don't know exactly what's going on, so they just say, oh, you have cataracts, okay? And so you do need to make sure you're getting all those nutrients, get rid of the bad stuff, and then call us every couple of weeks, because I think you're going to have a great story. And this stuff in the eyes goes away. We do have a book. It's called It's All in Your Head. Covers 25 different diseases, including the loss of vision, which includes pressure in the eye, cataracts, all kinds of stuff going on in the eye, because the skull is squeezing the optic nerve, the optic artery, and the optic vein when you have osteoporosis of the skull. So you want to get a hold of that book. Okay, It's All in Your Head. And again, you can, get a hold of this wonderful team here, and they have access to the books and the CDs and things, and they can guide you in that direction. Okay, let's see here. Hey, you have another email?
There's a couple questions in the chat. And
Okay,
I also want to remind everybody that you can listen to Doc when he's talking, because we are recording this, and the recordings are available at askdoclive.com. And you can just look for replays and today's date, and you will find it there. Okay, so we have a young lady. I'm not sure of age. She is here. I think it's Julio, is on dialysis. It looks like, I gotta find her. Are you able to talk, Julio? I'm gonna ask you to unmute. And I'm gonna
Hello.
add you to Spotlight.
Hi,
Hi
Hi.
there, or Julio, sorry.
Julio. Yeah, it's okay.
All right, so I see your question, but I thought it'd be better if you could ask Doc, and it looks like you are in the hospital right now having your
Yeah,
dialysis.
actually,
All right.
I'm doing dialysis right now at this point in time in a dialysis center. Yes.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Okay. What I wanted to ask is, sorry, I'm kind of getting a little nervous here, but
That's okay.
yeah, it's okay. It's just kind of weird doing it here with all the stuff going on. I apologize for the background noise.
No worries.
What I wanted to ask Doc is that my concerns is I've been on dialysis for about 2.5 years now, and I'm trying to find the best way to get off of it completely.
Okay.
And my current age right now is 53. I'm 5'10" and 215 pounds. My concern about is the things that I'm going through. It happens to be with the renal diet that I'm on, and if I were to do what you're saying for eating certain foods, what's the best way to avoid like spiking my phosphorus levels as well as also potassium? Because I know that you mentioned certain potatoes here and there, and I'm kind of like, I have to watch certain foods here and there as well.
Okay. Well, you have to appreciate doctors know nothing about nutrition.
Right.
Okay. And if you want, you can get a hair analysis. You can go to www.drjwallach.com and get the book. Let's see here, Rare Earths and Cures, Chapter 10 tells you how to collect the hair, where to ship it. It'll tell us if you're absorbing. It'll tell us what your levels of each of your nutritional minerals are. It'll also tell us if you have any toxic metals like lead and mercury and uranium and all that kind of thing going on in there. And so it's actually definitely worth it, especially if you're on dialysis, to find out what's going on. Okay. And I guarantee you they didn't do a hair analysis on you. Okay. So it's one of those things where you may want to do a hair analysis once every 6 months. And I think you'll be able to get off of dialysis usually within weeks or a month or two or something like that. I do this. If even people haven't urinated in 10 years, they're on dialysis 6 days a week, and usually in 2 to 4 weeks are off of dialysis. Okay. This is very simple. We've been doing this for 50 years. We do this thousands of times a day all over the world. Okay. And so basically, you say you weigh 215 pounds, give or take a little bit. Okay. And so I want you to get rid of all the bad foods, which no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat bread, no sugar. Absolutely. The diet ones got to go because they have carbonation in them, which neutralizes stomach acid, which you require to absorb nutrients and digest food and so forth, particularly minerals. And then I want you to take 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month. That's our big hammer. 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month. The full dose of everything twice a day. There's 215 nutrients, including the 90 essential nutrients. Okay. Then I want you to have 2 bottles a month of our MSM. So you can take 3 with breakfast, 3 with lunch, 3 with dinner time. And they will help you restore connective tissue in the walls of your arteries, the walls of your veins, skin, in the tubes in your liver, the tubes in your kidneys and so forth, your walls of your bowels. Okay. Did you have your appendix out when you were a kid?
No, not at all.
Okay, good. Good. Do you have gray hair?
Just very little tinges of it, not too much.
Okay. Okay. This is not a sort of a thing of aging. When you have white, gray, or silver hair, this is a red warning light that says you're deficient in a particular nutrient. Okay. And you're gonna wind up with aneurysms if you don't get that hair color back. Okay.
Right.
So you'll see your hair color coming back with this program. So you know you're gonna reduce the risk of aneurysms. Okay. So at any rate, then I also want you to have our collagen peptides, put a scoop of that, a powder in your drink in the morning, a scoop of that in your drink in the afternoon, vitamin D3, 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. And then I want you to have our ultimate daily classic tablets, 2 bottles a month. So you can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner time. And they're going to support healthy blood flow through your kidneys, also support healthy blood pressure. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And don't, if you're on blood pressure medication, don't go cold turkey off of it, but just as your blood pressure drops, you can slowly reduce the medication based on the numbers. Okay.
Okay.
And then you don't have diabetes, do you, or do you?
I'm pre-diabetic now. It got
Okay.
reversed.
Okay, good. So are you on our sweeties?
Not at the moment.
Okay, well, you need to be on the sweeties. Take 3 of those twice a day. And since you're not on medication, you don't have to worry about it, but you'll be amazed because your blood sugar will drop significantly. You'll get it down to like, fasting blood sugar should be in the 60s. Okay, that's very, very easy to get down to. And then that's the sweeties. And then, of course, I think we've covered that the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets are where you need to go to get off the dialysis. Okay. And when you go to do your dialysis, doctor is saying, we need to redo all your tests here. We got somebody else's information, because they're not going to believe that after all these years that suddenly now everything's coming right. Okay. Because they depend on their college tuition for their kids to make sure that you keep coming in for dialysis for 25 years.
Right.
Okay. And so when it goes away in say 4 to 6 weeks, you say, oh my gosh. and tell them we're happy to do 3 ways if they want to get on the show on Fridays, and we'll be happy to answer their questions. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, doctor. I'll definitely preach it once I get off this mess.
Okay, Julio. Look forward to working with you, brother.
Thank you. Good hearing you on Nori the other day.
Oh, he is the greatest. George is the greatest.
Yeah, he is. I appreciate the time, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Julio. All right. It looks like we have a pop-in guest. Rebecca is going to say hello to you, Doc, and everybody else.
Hello and good morning. I apologize for my background noises. I am in the airport getting ready to head and have a presentation with pharmacist Ben. But Doc, I just wanted to say good morning and I love you. And
well,
you,
we love you too.
Everybody.
Okay, so you're going to be doing a Zoom with pharmacist Ben. All right.
Live and Zoom.
Live and Zoom. Oh, okay.
Yep. If anybody would like to join us for that, you can go to becadukes.me and you will see the information about that and a way to register so that you can get the Zoom link for that. Sorry, Doctor.
Okay, well, thank you.
Everybody have a fabulous one. Enjoy. And
God
thanks
bless
for the
you.
co-host. Don't we
Good
have
to hear from
wonderful
you.
co-hosts?
Well, your team is fabulous.
Yes, they are. Thank you.
Yeah, Ruth Ellen, John T, Nasima, great team.
Thank you,
Okay.
Becca. Safe travels, hon. All righty, Doc. It looks like Wayne Smith has another question real quick.
Okay.
And a couple
Okay,
minutes,
then-
we'll be taking a break. Unless you want to
Okay.
take the break now, then
No,
we can.
okay, we can go a couple of minutes. Okay, let's go to
Okay.
Wayne.
All right. There you go.
Yes,
Be able-
Doc.
Yes, sir.
Back with you. I should have mentioned that since I started on the rovastatin for the cholesterol, that was last year, I've really lost, my memory has deteriorated. So I
Yes.
wonder, what would you?
You need to eat the eggs, right? you need 3 eggs twice a day, and you need to get off the statin drugs.
What I did.
Okay, good. And then you also need to take our Synaptive, take 3 of those twice a day, add that to your program, our Synaptive. Great
Synaptic.
product. Synaptive, like the synapse, which is the space between your brain cells. Okay. And Synaptive, SYNAPTIV,
Yes.
Synaptive. Okay.
Yes.
You
And how
get
many
a
per
couple
day?
3 twice a day. That'll give your brain cells the nutrients they need to make the biochemistry necessary to talk to their neighbor cells. Eat your eggs, get your cholesterol up in your blood and cholesterol up in your brain. 75% of your brain weight is cholesterol. And then we also have memory FX. You can take 3 of those twice a day. Memory FX, 3 twice a day. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Then call us every couple of weeks and let us know how the memory is going.
Okay.
You're gonna see, you can be Einstein in 2 more weeks.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Hey, Wayne, that was a good question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Doc, let's take a break.
Okay, we're gonna take a break.
All right. All right, everybody. I just want to thank you for being here. We're going to take a 5-minute break. And I also want to remind everybody that if somebody invited you to watch Ask Doc Live or to participate in Ask Doc Live, please get back to that person because they have a vested interest in you. And if they cared enough about you to share this with you, then you know that you're in good hands with them because they do care. And we also have a call team waiting. And again, if somebody invited you or you're already a Youngevity customer, please get back to the person who invited you or corporate. So the phone team's phone number is 855-949-7234. There are people waiting to help you. And we will see you back here in 5 minutes. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon. Our break is almost over. My name is Ruth Ellen Sanchez. I am filling in for our host, Rebecca Dukes-Kozak, who is traveling today. And I just want to thank you all for being here. And I want to remind everyone that the FDA requires us to state that this is for educational purposes only, not meant to diagnose, treat, or replace your medical doctor. Welcome back, Dr. Wallach. Let me unmute you when you're ready. And
There you go.
There we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, I had to take my jacket off because it's 95 degrees here.
Oh, that's good. It's very good. All right. So we have another hand up. And
Okay.
I'm going to spotlight you, Doc, and then is it Nick or Nishi? You have your hand up. I'd like you to unmute. And if you can turn your camera on, that would be great. There we go. You're on with Ask Dr. Wallach on Ask Doc Live.
Hi,
Hi.
can y'all hear me?
I apologize. What's your name?
Nishay.
Nishay.
I'm sorry?
Nishay.
With an N, Nishay.
Yes.
That's correct.
Okay. Okay, how can we help you?
I recently had a baby, almost 2 years ago. I'm overweight now.
What do you weigh? What do you weigh? What do you weigh?
I'm pushing 200. I'm 195 to 200.
And how tall are you?
5'7".
Okay, and what's your age?
I'm 31.
Okay. Now, what's your issues?
I'm having concentration. I've had hair loss. I have joint pain in my hip, and I've been diagnosed with TMJ disorder, and they say I have 11% scoliosis as well. And I have energy issues as well. So.
Okay, energy issues. Did you breastfeed the baby?
I did, yeah.
Okay, for how long?
About 6 months.
Okay,
as long as I could.
okay. So energy issues, scoliosis. Do you have any clicking or noise in your hips or knees or anything like that?
No clicking, just pain in my right hip when I stand. I did purchase the glucogel. I think I'm saying it correctly, and I have had some improvement, but it hasn't alleviated the
Okay.
pain
Mm-hmm. Okay.
completely.
And then so let's see here. Constipation, did you say?
No,
Okay. What was the first one you said?
Concentration.
concentration.
Oh, concentration. Okay, the other end.
Yes, it's
Okay.
really bad. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Any diabetes or high blood pressure?
No, I was told I had pre-diabetes years ago, but I just hit the gym and that took care of that. So nothing else.
Okay. All right. Any skin problems, eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis?
I get atopic dermatitis on my hands a lot.
Okay. Any ringing in your ears, tinnitus, ringing,
No.
buzzing, roaring, any vertigo, balance problems?
No,
Did you have your appendix out when you were a kid?
no.
Okay, good. All right. This is not too unusual for somebody who breastfed a baby. Okay. So number one, at 5'7", I'd like, for a lady, I'd like to see you weigh about maybe 150. Okay, 150 kind of thing, 170. So, 20, 30 pounds. We have a product called, it's a keto shake, Keto shake, ketogenic shake, keto shake. I think they come in strawberry and chocolate. 1 meal a day. It's not to add to a meal. It's a meal replacer. It is a meal. Okay. It's not to add to a meal. It's a meal replacer. And then we have for the energy, we have the Rebound or sports drink with 100 nutrients in it. Most sports drinks are sugar and caffeine. Ours are nutrients. Okay. Totally different. And so you can take 2 of those at the same meal that you're doing the keto shake. Okay. Then I want you to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. That's 215 nutrients in each one of them. 215. Okay. Oh, also, I want to back up a little bit. When I say get rid of all the bad foods, the fried foods, the processed meats, the oils, the glutens, the wheat, butter, rhinos, sugar, carbonated drinks, even the diet ones got to go. Okay, you need to get rid of all those bad foods. Okay, and you got to get rid of statin drugs. You got to eat 3 eggs twice a day. That's going to help with your concentration. And then I want you to have the 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, full dose of everything twice a day. I want you to have 2 bottles a month of our MSM. So you can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 dinner time. They're going to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between vertebrae, bone matrix, bone itself, skin, your hip and back and all this kind of stuff. And then let's see, and the TMJ will all go away because the odds are you have arthritis, but you may also have osteoporosis of the skull, which is not an aging thing. It has to do just with nutritional deficiencies, okay? It's osteoporosis of the skull. When you have things going on in your hips and your knees, you have stuff going on in your skull. Do you have any receding gums or bleeding gums or loose teeth?
No, but I'm supposed to get braces.
Ah, you're supposed to get braces. Okay, a little bit late in life for orthodontists, but yeah, that's because you have osteoporosis of the skull. Your teeth are floating around and getting loose and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so yeah, that's why you have that issue, osteoporosis of the skull. The scoliosis, all that stuff will go away. And then, okay, let's see here. I want to make sure I got everything. Again, you need I said the collagen peptides. Collagen peptides, that's a scoop at breakfast, scoop at dinner time. Vitamin D3, 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner time. That's 2 bottles a month. And I would go there, okay, since you don't have any high blood pressure or diabetes. If you want to, if you still have pre-diabetes, I'd go with 2 bottles of sweeties every month. So you can take 3 twice a day. And since you're not on medication for diabetes, correct?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay, good. So that the blood sugar should come down below 100 very quickly. Okay. And you don't need to run to the doctor. You don't need to run to the doctor to find that out. You can go to a pharmacy without a prescription and you can get one of 2 things or both of them. You can get test strips that you can dip into some of your urine to see if you have any sugar in your urine. You can also get test strips and the little stickers that you stick it into your finger and put a drop of blood on there and it'll tell you what your blood sugar is. Okay. Costs you $1.35 per test. It's a lot better than spending $100 for a doctor's visit and sitting in that waiting room with everybody coughing on you with the COVID, right?
Okay. Also, my daughter, they said she has scoliosis too, and she's 10. What should I give her to
What
ward
does
that
she
off?
weigh? What does she weigh?
She's about 90 pounds usually.
Okay, she's about half your weight. So what you want to do, same diet that you're on, okay? But she needs to take half of everything you're taking, but everything you're taking, but just half. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, she's gonna wind up getting everything you got. Okay.
Okay. And as far as my my toddler, for like, what do we take for like a regular vitamin and mineral? Like, do we get which one do we get?
It's called Kids Toddy. And the dosage by weight is on the back of the bottle, on the back
Okay.
label. Okay, it's Kids Toddy. You also want to give this child the cherry mints, use the same dosage information, and then also the EFAs. Okay, they're soft gel capsules. They have the liquid EFAs in them. We have the EFA pluses. How much does your child weigh? 90 pounds, you say? Yeah, she could take.
My 10-year-old, yeah.
Yeah, she could take 2 of the EFAs twice a day and 2 of the EFA pluses twice a day. Okay, and this is gonna be a miracle. Both you ladies are gonna do wonderful.
And the baby can take the Kids Toddy as well
Well, the baby,
for everyday
yeah.
vitamin.
Oh, yeah. That's who I was giving
Okay.
you the Kids Toddy for. When your child weighs 90 pounds, she's gonna have everything you're taking, but just half a
Okay.
dose.
No,
Okay.
I have a 10-year-old and a 1-year-old. I'm
I
asking about
know.
the 1-year-old. Oh,
Well, the
okay.
1-year-old is a Kids Toddy.
Okay. And then I don't need an everyday vitamin. Is it all in the list that you gave me?
That's right.
Okay.
You're good to go. But I want you to call us
Okay.
every couple of weeks because you're gonna have a great story. Your story is not uncommon, but call us every
Okay.
couple of weeks and let us know what's going on. You go to a doctor for a checkup or whatever, and he's gonna say, well, whatever you're doing, keep doing it because this is looking good and this is looking good. Or he's gonna say, we may have to. I get people to say, well, doctor wanted to rerun all my tests because he couldn't believe the results. He was saying he ran all the tests and it came back. He said, well, it doesn't look like we need to make an appointment for you anymore.
That would be great.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, very good to talk to you.
Thank you very much. And your daughter, if she doesn't like the tangy tangerines, the 10-year-old could definitely continue to take the Kids Toddy because it's delicious and easy to get in them. All right. Awesome. All right. So we have a question that was sent in by email. This is our second question that was emailed to us, Doc. The name is Damiana, and she suffers from right lower lumbar sharp nerve pain radiating to her buttocks, her hip, her inner thigh, and radiating down the side of her right leg to knee.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I had a neurostimulator implant in 7 of 2020, and it's been great. However, recently in between charging my stimulator and the battery pack 1 to 2 hours, and when sleeping, I suffer between 8 to 10 pain level. I had successful surgery, RRL, on L5 through L6 with fusion in 2018.
Mm-hmm. How much does she weigh?
She did not give any of those details.
Okay,
I'm
well,
sorry.
we'll go by 100 pounds. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to give you dosages for 100 pounds. Any other issues? High blood pressure, diabetes?
Nothing was listed.
Okay, so it's mainly her back and her hip and legs and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's go by 100 pounds of body weight. She's going to have to get rid of all the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no butter, rye, oats, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet ones got to go because the carbonation interferes with the absorption of minerals and the digestion of food. Okay, you require stomach acid to do all that. And then per 100 pounds of body weight, I want her to have 1 of the Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month. If she only weighs 110 pounds, she can take a half a dose of everything twice a day. If she weighs 200 pounds, she needs to take 2 Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month, okay? Because we're talking dosage for 100 pounds of body weight, right? And then I also want her to have 1 bottle a month per 100 pounds of body weight of the MSM. Per 100 pounds of body weight, she can take 3 of the MSM tablets at breakfast or dinner time. And they're going to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between her vertebrae, bone itself. This is a perfect supplement for her. Okay. She also needs the collagen peptides. I want her to have a scoop of that in her breakfast every morning, breakfast drink, a scoop of the collagen peptides in her breakfast in her evening drink. And then I also want her to have the Cal Toddy. She needs per 100 pounds of body weight, 1 ounce of Cal's Toddy per day. So if she weighs 110 pounds, she can have a ½ ounce of the Cal Toddy at breakfast, a ½ ounce of the Cal Toddy at dinner time. If she weighs 150 pounds or 200 pounds, she needs 2 ounces a day, 1 ounce at breakfast, 1 ounce at dinner. So it'll be 2 quarts a month. It's a liquid, tastes good. Okay. I mix it with my drink. Okay. I mix my Cal Toddy with the drink. So it's just all at one time. And then let's see here. She's also going to need the Fucoid C, 3 of those twice a day. Okay, that's anti-inflammatory and also supports the immune system. Also, I want her to take, for the pain, we have CM cream and also the trauma oil in our aromatherapy oil division. She can put 10 drops of our trauma oil in a teaspoon of the CM cream, apply that directly to the painful area, whether it's in her ankle, her hip, her knee, and she will be able to get pain relief for about 2 to 3 hours. A ½ hour before bedtime, I want her to use our Soothe. That's from our Hemp FX division. And the Hemp FX Soothe, SOOTHE, comes in a little pump bottle. And you can use, that's the CBD oil with no THC in it, so it's perfectly legal. The CBD oil plus a handful of herbs and everything that reduce pain and inflammation and swelling. And so you can put that on her wherever she has pain, a ½ hour before bedtime, and she'll get 4 or 5 hours of pain relief while she's sleeping. Okay.
Hi, thank you very much. And also, Doc, we have a Hemp FX roll-on that works wonderfully as well.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yes. Okay, it looks like Archie may have another question. And I want to encourage everybody to please raise their hands so that we can ask Doc questions. There's a couple of questions in the chat that I will find while Archie is asking his question.
Okay,
And
Archie.
if you could unmute and if you can turn your camera on.
Again, my camera is not working.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I
No worries.
apologize for that. I'll make this real quick. I don't want to deprive anyone else of being able to ask a question. I forgot to ask Dr. Wallach. I know when I do my my tangy tangerine, I usually put a whole lemon in with it with 2 eggs, and that's when I do that. Is that a problem with raw eggs?
No,
Okay.
not a problem.
Okay, and then can I just a quick testimonial, Dr. Wallach, because I had my godfather, he's since passed away now, but when he was 87, he had a very severe hip issue. They basically put him in a wheelchair. He was smart enough to realize that he wasn't going to go for an operation at his age. And I said, do you want to try something else? He said, I'd do anything. It was such severe pain. I got him on your protocol, and within actually 3 weeks and 5 days, he no longer had to have Percocet, was able to actually cut his grass at 87 years old. And I guess that's the end of the story. Just people just don't realize how important nutrition is.
Yes, well, I'm 83 and I can do all that. You know, I can cut the grass, chop trees, unload trucks, load trucks. It's because I'm built and maintain the same physical capability as a 50-year-old who's in good shape. And so everybody can do this, okay? The good Lord made us to, I think in the Old Testament it says, and man's years shall be 120. And then when you look at some of the disciples and so forth, they lived to be 300, 700. Even Methuselah lived to be 969. That's almost 1,000 years, okay? And so the thing to have to appreciate is that our bodies require these essential factors. Our bodies require these essential factors. And when the doctor says, don't waste your money on vitamins and minerals, just take, take the 4 food groups, take the 7 food group pyramid, and you'll be fine. Well, that doctor should have his license taken away and put into jail, because you cannot get everything you need from your food, because nutritional minerals do not occur in a uniform blanket around the crust of the earth. They occur in veins like gold and silver. And most people are not going to get anything close to the nutrients they need. The mineral nutrients, you need 60, but what if you're only getting 6 or 7 or 10? You're missing 50. And that's why you have all these issues. You're on 25 different prescriptions. You're seeing 14 different doctors. Your whole life is going to and from doctors' offices and clinics and test laboratories and so forth. That's no way to live. But insurance pays for it. Well, okay, if you're happy, go for it. But okay.
Thank you very much, Dr.
Okay,
Wallach.
okay, Archie. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Archie. All right. All right, Doc, we have, my mouse is giving me a hard time. Sorry about that. We have a question in the chat from EA. And I don't know what these initials stand for, so I'm just going to read the question. And EA, if you're available to
Probably comes from EAIOU.
no, yeah, that's her initials, EA. I don't know what her full name is, and I just lost the question. I am so sorry. Please bear with me one moment. I had it up. Goodness. Technology sometimes can be so fun.
Well, in the meantime, I can also prevent gender issues, okay? Because again, gender is determined in the first couple of weeks of pregnancy. And so your hypothalamus in the center of your brain determines who you're going to chase for sex and who you're going to allow to chase you for sex. And if mama's missing stuff during that time when that part of the brain is forming in the embryo in the first couple of weeks of pregnancy, the baby is going to have a gender issue. When the baby says, is 5, 6 years old and says, and let's say it's a little girl, Mommy, I want to be a boy. Or let's say it's a little boy, Mommy, I want to be a little girl. Okay, you already have a hint that there's something going on there. And you need to get these kids on the 90 essential nutrients. You need to get them on the eggs for the cholesterol, because 75% of our brain weight is cholesterol. You need to get them on our HGH, our human growth hormone, which is good for the pituitary, the adrenal glands, and the brain. But also need if it's a biological boy who wants to be a girl, you can give them the Zera test. If it's a biological girl who wants to be a boy, you can give them the Zera Fem. And a percentage will come right. It depends on how severely damaged the hypothalamus is. If it's just 10% damage, it's kind of a repairable thing. If it's 90% damage, we may not get a complete resolution, but it's totally preventable. Okay. And in the earliest of stages, many will be reversible. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Wallach. All right, so I have found EA's question. It says, hi, Doc. Trying to find out if there's anything I can do to prevent AMD. My mother got it at 75 to 78, and now I have a floater in each eye. I wish I knew what I should be eating to prevent this, what vitamins I should be taking. I'm age 71, 140 pounds, woman who is 5'5".
Okay. Okay, so she got macular degeneration in the eye, I'm assuming.
Her mother did, and now she has floaters.
Okay, so she's got floaters, so she's concerned what's coming.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so at 140 pounds, she needs to get rid of all the bad foods: no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, butter, rye, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet one's got to go. At 140 pounds, she's right on that cusp. Okay, and so if she's concerned about certain things that her family had, I'd definitely go with 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, a full dose of everything twice a day. I'd get 1 bottle a month of the MSM, so she can take 3 twice a day, the MSM, support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, which is also includes the globe of the eye and the lens of the eye. Okay. And then she needs to also take the collagen peptides. Again, a scoop of that with her breakfast drink, a scoop of that with her evening drink. She needs 2 bottles a month of our vitamin D3, so she can take 3 twice a day, so she can absorb the minerals and put them all in the right places. And we'll also want her to have our Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Take 3 of those twice a day. It's 2 bottles a month. And they're designed to support healthy blood flow through blocked arteries and healthy blood pressure. But this will also be true for the eyes. And also the formula I gave her is going to help her with osteoporosis of the skull, which can be squeezing the optic nerve, the optic artery, and the optic vein, which can cause all these things. Pressure in the eye goes up. And they get all kinds of issues, and the eye doctor can't quite put their finger on it. So they say, oh, you have macular degeneration. Oh, you have, you got a thing here going on with the lenses of your eyes. We may have to do lens surgery on your eyes. Okay. And so doctors, they're already looking into the future here so they can make enough money to pay the fees for their kids to go to college. Okay. But these are all preventable, all reversible.
Very good. Thank you very much, Dr. Wallach.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question because you've mentioned it a couple times, and I was just curious, and I'm sure other people are. You've asked a couple people if they had their appendix taken out.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that something you want to know?
Okay, well, that's because your appendix hooks into your colon right where the small intestine hooks in the colon. So there's a small intestine, the appendix, and the colon all in one place. And when people have a gluten issue, they get irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, they get, let's see here, Crohn's disease, celiac disease, diverticulitis, but they also can get appendicitis. And so when you get a kid who's 6 years old or 7 or 8 or 10 years old and has to have their appendix taken out, they are eating oatmeal for breakfast. They're eating pancakes and waffles for breakfast. They're eating flour tortillas. They're eating spaghetti 3 nights a week. Okay. They're eating bread with every meal. They're putting a whole half a box of crackers in their soup and that kind of stuff. Okay. And so that tells you how long they've been. That's why I would ask people about the color of their hair, because when you have white, gray, or silver hair, it has nothing to do with age. It has to do with a nutritional deficiency. But that same nutritional deficiency that causes white, gray, and silver hair, a loss of hair pigment, it means that you are going to have an aneurysm in your brain. You're going to have an aneurysm in your aorta. You're going to have all kinds of blood vessel problems. And so that tells me where I need to go. And so those questions are not asked lightly. Those are very important because the body's already responding. And so white hair, white, gray, and silver hair is a red warning light, just like on the dashboard of your car. Do you ignore it? Do you ignore that red warning light when it comes on? No, you pull over and try and check your oil level and all that kind of stuff and check your water level and, and so on. And so you need to do the same thing for yourself. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. All righty. So Harold typed into the chat to one of the co-hosts. Hi, Doc. What do you think of fenugreek? Pill form or tea, which is better?
Okay, I don't have an opinion on fenugreek because I personally don't use it.
Okay.
Okay, but we do have a book, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and everything probably about fenugreek is in there.
Yes, it is.
Well, there you go.
All right. Thank you, Doc. And then we have another emailed in question from Danny, wondering if you have anything that can help with helping me with mold allergies along with EMF, electromagnetic field, and MCS, electromagnetic field. Oh, okay, sorry. So it's electromagnetic field and multiple chemical sensitivities. The mold allergy, I believe, is the worst that makes the others bad as well. Thanks for anything you can help me with.
So we don't have an age or weight or anything.
No, that's all I have.
Okay, well, let's go for, let's go by 100 pounds of body weight.
Okay.
And so, yeah, when somebody sends an email, you have an address. So you email them back and say, hey, we need your weight and your age and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. And we'll be more accurate. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, going by per 100 pounds of body weight, when people have chemical sensitivities and they have all kinds of allergies and stuff like that. That has to do with digestion, okay? And so basically, you want to take care of your immune system. You want to take care of your digestive system. Get rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, bran, rye, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. The diet one's got to go. And then they need the 90 essential nutrients, or better yet, the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, 1 per 100 pounds of body weight. And then wouldn't hurt for them also to throw in the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, 3 of those twice a day for blood flow and blood pressure issues. They also need to throw in the collagen peptides, a scoop of that in their breakfast drink, a scoop of that in their evening drink, because when you have problems with chemistry in your food, that kind of thing, chemicals and allergies and so forth, your bone marrow is your best friend, okay? And your bone marrow is your best friend because it has to do with white blood cells, it has to do with platelets, red blood cells, let's see here, antibodies, antihistamines, all are made in your bone marrow. So you really need those collagen peptides when you have these issues that she's got, okay? And then, okay, and then you want to stay away from allergenic foods, okay? The foods that are, allergenic are grain and bread and pancakes and waffles and oatmeal and beer made from wheat, butter, rye, and oats. If you want to drink beer made from rice, which you can get at most liquor stores. They have, a line of rice containing beers and whiskeys and stuff like that. Stay away from the wheat, butter, rye, and oats, even in drinks. Okay. Then we have an anti-inflammatory. It's called Killer Biotic. It's actually should have a different name, but it's called Killer Biotic. It's the reishi mushrooms, anti-inflammatory, as well as supporting the immune system. So that's where we need to go there. 3 twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight of the Killer Biotic. So 3 twice a day, that'll be 2 bottles a month because they're small bottles. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. And then there's a follow-up question about the appendix. Let me get back into my phone. It says, John Ireland would like to know, does the appendix refurbish good bacteria in the gut?
Okay, that's not the purpose of the appendix. The purpose of the appendix is to make antibodies and white blood cells and stuff like that, so that in this very, very high traffic area where your small intestine, colon, and appendix are at, all this stuff is going on, okay? And so it's imperative. People talk about good bacteria, okay, right?
Right.
Good bacteria, okay? And people always want, oh, we have to have the good bacteria. Well, you have to appreciate that the good bacteria are bacteria. Bad bacteria are bacteria. And so whatever you're ramping up for the good bacteria is going to negatively affect the good bacteria. If you ramp up stuff for the good bacteria to make more of those, you're going to also ramp up for the bad bacteria, okay? And so you need to make sure you're using the hand sanitizer, the colloidal silver, those kind of things. And so you have to appreciate that you have to pay attention to all these sort of details. And that's why we have the books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, Passport Growing with Therapy, and It's All in Your Head. It tells you how to deal with this in such a way you're getting the best result and avoiding the negative. But you have to, what should I say, tread along a track. You can't be inventing things and running around doing stuff. That's why we publish this stuff in the books. And again, we have the new brochure out, okay? And the new brochure out has 21 books. I've published 22 books. One's in the Smithsonian Institute, sells for $25,000 each, so we don't put that one on here. But we do have a summary of it. It's called Epigenetics. And of course, I urge everybody to begin to build a little bit of a library of these books. And the information can add 25 to 50 healthy years to your life. It will save an enormous amount of unnecessary misery. You'll save an enormous amount of money. You can add 25 to 50 healthy years to your life by following the protocols in these books. And what can I say? These books are all over the place. Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Okay, the CD is in 9 languages. We've sold 600 million copies. And of course, the newest one just came out not too long ago. Okay, The Truth About Nutrition is a 20-year update on Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And this has a book, a CD, and a DVD. You can only buy the set. You cannot buy just the DVDs only. You cannot buy the CDs only. You cannot buy the book only. You got to buy the whole set. And if you buy 10 sets at one time, we'll give you a $10 discount on each set. So you save $100 right there. Okay.
Thank you very much. And we also have I-26 hyperimmune egg powder, which helps balance the gut bacteria and gets rid of the bad bacteria without harming the good bacteria, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
All right, very good.
I-26.
Perfect. Okay, I have a question in the chat from Monica. She is 5'6", 135 pounds, 67 years old. Both my twin and I wake up whenever with dry mouth. We don't take pharmaceutical drugs. And
Okay. Well, if they wake up with dry mouth, they may be dehydrated. That may not be drinking enough fluid. Okay, that's a possibility.
Mhm.
And so they might try drinking more liquid during the day. I wouldn't drink a quart of water before you go to bed because you wake up a couple of times at night to go to the bathroom. Okay, and so, but you want to increase your fluid intake during the day. Okay, and of course we have a sports drink called Rebound with 100 nutrients in it. There's no, which they say there's none of the bad stuff in the Rebound. It has 75 minerals and 25 vitamins, amino acids, and so forth. But they need the 90 essential nutrients. 135 pounds are right on that cusp. I would go with 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month, half a dose twice a day. They also need 1 bottle a month of the MSM, so they can take 3 twice a day. As a big bottle, you'll be able to do that. And it will support and promote maintenance repair, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between vertebrae, bone makes bone itself, skin, artery walls, vein walls, all kinds of stuff. The walls of your intestines. So that MSM is very important. And don't forget the collagen peptides, a scoop of that in your breakfast drink in the morning, a scoop of that in your evening drink. And it takes the place of grandma's bone broth, which is messy and smelly and all that kind of stuff to make. And most people don't have enough bones in their diet to make bone broth. So we have come up with the collagen peptides to replace the old bone broth recipe, which is very useful for getting minerals for your bones and your bone marrow cavity. Okay. That's why we have the collagen peptides. Okay.
Perfect. Perfect. And Rebecca has just posted a question in the chat. It says, male, 52 years old, 340 pounds, severe PTSD, and after service as a Marine, bone on bone knees. He's 6'2", no blood pressure or sugar issues, had a gastric sleeve in 2014, hematocrosis, and she said he was 450 pounds and he is now down to 348.
Okay. All right. So, well, first of all, thank him for his service. Okay. And then we want to make sure that this guy is getting rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, bread, rye, oats, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. And then I want him to have 1 meal a day. This is a meal replacer. This is not to add to a meal. This is a meal replacer. Okay. This is to add to a meal. It's a meal replacer to add to him, not to add to a meal, but it's a meal replacer. And that is our keto shake. Comes in strawberry and chocolate, I believe. And so 1 keto shake, just 1, not 3, just 1 keto shake. And then also it needs the Rebound or a sports drink with 100 nutrients in it. He can have 2 of those Rebound drinks with his keto shake meal. Okay, and he'll lose a half a pound to 2 pounds a day. And he said, how tall is he? Is he 5'6", did you say?
I believe it was 6'2", and he also has sleep apnea. She just told me. Yes, 6'2".
6'2". Okay, 6'2". Okay, so sleep issues. Okay. All right. So again, none of the bad stuff. Then at 340 pounds, I want him to have 3 of the healthy brain and heart packs per month. Now, if finances are an issue, don't go lower than 2. But optimal would be 3. Full dose of everything at breakfast, full dose of everything at lunchtime, full dose of everything at dinner time. Okay. Then also needs 2 bottles a month of the MSM. So you can take 3 with breakfast, 3 with lunch, 3 at dinner time. And they're going to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between vertebrae, bone, makes bone itself. And that includes the connective tissue in the walls of arteries and veins so they don't break and bleed, don't form aneurysms, okay, and so forth. And also will lower blood pressure in case you got a blood pressure. A lot of people, when they have blood pressure issues and they're on medication and it's blood pressure under control, they don't talk about it because they think, well, I've got it under control, but we can get rid of it, okay. And then also the bleeding is a bone marrow issue because they're not making the platelets, okay? And so this is where the collagen peptide comes in. A scoop of the collagen peptides in the morning drink and a scoop of the collagen peptides in the evening drink. So that the bone marrow can make platelets and white blood cells and red blood cells and antibodies and so forth to prevent bleeding in the brain and the heart and the lungs and all over the place. Then also, he's going to lose about a half a pound to 2 pounds a day. See here, for the PTSD, I want him to have our memory effects. He can take 3 of those with each meal. That'll be 3 bottles a month. Memory effects, 3 at each meal. I also want him to have our Synaptive, 3 with breakfast, 3 with lunch, 3 at dinner time. That'll be 3 bottles per month of the Synaptive. And that's going to calm everything down. Let's see here. Yeah, let's do that. And I think we have taken care of everything, including he will lose a half a pound to 2 pounds a day on his weight. And the sleep issue, okay, the Synaptive and the other issues that help the brain, like the cholesterol and the eggs, is very good. 75% of the brain weight is cholesterol. He should not be taking any statin drugs to lower cholesterol. His cholesterol should be up around 300. Doctors want to get it below 200 because that means that your insurance company will put their kids through college if you get down below 200. Okay, you don't want to do that. Okay, but at any rate, this is all resolvable. I see this a lot. I deal with a lot with veterans. I spent 7 years in the Army and 20 years in the Air Force. I retired as Lieutenant Colonel in the Air Force. I apologize for not being a Marine, but we love you and we know that you're going to do well because you are a Marine. Okay.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wallach. Also, de-stress would be good as well, correct?
Oh yeah, you can throw in the de-stress. Absolutely.
All right, perfect. All right, so we have a hand raised.
Yeah, if you're going to take the de-stress, you need 3 with each meal. That'll be 2 bottles a month. They're semi-big bottles. So you could take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time of the de-stress.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So John, it looks like you have your hand up. I'm going to ask you to unmute and you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, sir. How can we help you?
The last time I talked to you, I told you that going right through here and right through here, I had a headache that pulsated. And I went and had an MRI done. And up in here, there's a little white spot that they told me is not getting enough oxygen. Over here, there's a small growth inside the sinuses, and there's a small growth on the liver. So I've been mulling over the hyperbaric chamber, buying one and putting it in the garage. So I went and tried one, and I did about an hour there. I couldn't stand much more. It was so claustrophobic. But the headache went away. But now that was last Friday, and now it's starting to come back just a little bit.
Yeah. Well, the hyperbaric chamber will put more oxygen into your blood. That's the purpose, one of the purposes of it, okay? And so that's why you got some benefit. So here we go. How much you weigh?
225 pounds,
Okay, how tall are you?
6 foot,
Okay, what's your age?
76 this month.
Okay, you have white, gray, or silver hair?
Yes.
Okay, did you have your appendix out when you were a kid?
Nope, nothing
Okay,
ever.
no asthma, no bronchitis, no bowel problems, no irritable bowel syndrome, nothing.
Just the allergy that I talked to you about last, and I stepped up all the things that you prescribed, and that is starting to go away.
Okay, good. So keep going there. Did I tell you to take Oxybody? Since you had such good success with the hyperbaric, you should, if you didn't add Oxybody, you should add our Oxybody, and it's your body weight. You take an ounce twice a day. The Oxybody would be 2 quarts a month. It's a liquid oxygen supplement. Tastes good. Even little kids like it. And so that'll increase the oxygen level. And okay, and then the white, gray, and silver hair has to do with nutritional deficiencies. Okay, that has not had anything to do with aging, but it gives you a signal that you're going to have something going on here. You'll have aneurysms and things like that. You'll have blood clots. And so again, the collagen peptides, you need a scoop of that with your morning drink and a scoop of that with your evening drink, the collagen peptides. So you want to get the big canister. And then you want the 2 healthy brain and heart packs for months. You need the MSM, 2 bottles of that. So you can take 3 with each meal. You need let's see here. I talked about the Oxybody. You also should take an extra 2 quarts a month of the Cal Toddy. Take an ounce at breakfast, ounce at dinner time. And that's going to cover a lot of territory. Okay. So call us every couple of weeks. At 6 foot, 225, if you're in good shape and there's not only your belly, that's not bad. But you will lose weight because your hunger is going to go down. You're wanting to have 6 desserts will go away, kind of thing. There's a behavior called pica, P-I-C-A. When you're nutritionally deficient, particularly in minerals, your body says, eat, eat, eat. You need to find that nutrient. Eat, eat, eat. You need to find that nutrient. And that's why people gain weight, because they have pica, P-I-C-A. And in horses, they call it cribbing. And little babies who sleep in a crib, they call it cribbing when they chew on the rail, the up and down rail on the crib. And so go ahead.
I'm doing everything you said except Oxybody. And what was that one other one?
The other one, I don't know.
There's one other one you said, Oxybody and something else.
Okay, well, there's the the MSM. What?
I was going to say, this is recorded. You can go back and watch the recording,
that's fine.
Don.
I can do that.
Yes.
How do you feel about getting up every morning at 4 in the morning and going out in the garage and getting in a hyperbaric chamber for 90 minutes every day?
Well, I would say that that's too much. Okay, if you have to do that, as soon as you start taking this Oxybody, within a week or so, you won't need to do that. Okay.
Okay, very good.
To spend 2 hours every morning, that early in the morning, in a microwave, so to speak, it's going to get you in trouble driving and so forth. You're going to fall asleep and get in a crash.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Don.
Yes, let's just hear from you, Don.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, what else we got here?
All right.
We got time for 1 or 2 more.
Okay, yes, we do. I have a email question, and then we have a gardening question from Monica that we will get to if we have enough time. So this is from Kevin B. And it says, hello, Rebecca. I hope all is well with you. Please ask Dr. Wallach his thoughts on polycystic kidney disease. I just found out someone close to me has this genetic disorder and would like to know the best steps to keep it at bay on your Friday stream. Thank you and God bless. Christy.
Okay. Well, first of all, polycystic kidney disease is not genetic. Okay. Polycystic kidney disease, babies can be born with it. They can get it later in life. it's where the fluid transferring tubes get plugged somewhere along the line. And so you get a blister full of urine. Okay, that's the cyst gets filled with urine because it can't flow through because it's either bent or twisted or got narrow or something like that. And, doctors say, oh, we need to do a kidney transplant. Well, what I wanted to do is get rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, butter, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. The diet one's got to go. They need per 100 pounds of body weight, 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month. 1 bottle of the MSM, so they can take 3 twice a day. 1 of the big canisters of the collagen peptides, so they can take a scoop of that at breakfast drink, scoop of that dinner drink. They need vitamin D3, 2 of the bottles of that per month, so they can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner time. And then for the kidneys, very important for the kidneys, is the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Get 2 bottles a month, so they can take 3 at breakfast and 3 at dinner time. And they will support healthy blood pressure, healthy blood flow through the blocked arteries in the kidneys. And usually the polycystic kidney disease will quiet down and simply go away. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then we did have one more email question. It's from Christy, and it says, what do you do about Peyronie's of the penis?
Okay. Well, that's for the penis, kind of heads off to the right or heads off to the left.
Right,
Okay.
it bends.
Yeah. And so basically, this is caused by a connective tissue issue. So they need, the MSM, they need the collagen peptides, they need the Zera test, 3 of those twice a day, Zera test. And I think it's back ordered until May 1st. Okay, May 1st, which is just a couple of weeks from now. It'll be out again. But 3 of the, see here. 3 of the male, okay, so the Zera test, okay, twice a day. And don't forget the 3 eggs twice a day with soft yolks, because 75% of the brain weight is cholesterol and 95% of the weight of testosterone is cholesterol. And I think that will cover it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Dr. Wallach.
Okay.
All right, so I want to remind everybody that if you want to ask a question by email, it came up in the chat. Please go to askdoclive.com and click on contact us, and you can email us there, and one of our holistic health coaches will respond to you, and we will ask your question on Ask Doc Live as well. And we did have another question about gophers and moles destroying somebody's garden, and they want to know what to do and if you had any suggestions.
Yeah, well, we don't have, but there's available traps. I don't like to put out poison because then dogs and cats can eat the poison. And so, rather than spend a lot of money hiring a big team to come out there and put a hose from the exhaust pipe of a car and get carbon monoxide down in there, you still got to dig up the hole and get rid of the dead bodies. You can also put traps. Okay, you put traps right by their hole where they go in and out, and put traps there, put a little bait in there, something like dog food or something like that in the trap, and they'll go in there and set off the trap and get caught. And then you could take them to the Humane Society if you want to, and let them either give them to a zoo or the Humane Society can put them to sleep. So at any rate, those are options. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I think I'm going to head out of here. I've got a long way to go here today, so I'm going to take off. And thank you. Thank you, Ruth Ellen. Thank you, John T. Thank you, Nasima.
Nasima.
Yeah, Nasima.
Yes, we have just a few more minutes, but if you need to go, Doc, that's good. Fine.
Well, I don't want to be talking about trapping moles and stuff like that.
I know.
Okay.
So I was going to ask you, we have about 4 minutes left. Several people have been talking about exercise, and I know one of your favorite sayings is exercise without supplementation is suicide. So
that is correct. And
You
dead
can just
athletes
touch
don't
on
lie.
that briefly if you'd like, and then we'll
Okay.
say goodbye.
Okay. Well, doctors have a wrong idea and say, oh, just eat the 4 food groups in the 9 food group pyramid or the 7 food group pyramid, whatever it is. And you'll get everything you need. Don't waste your money on vitamins and minerals. Any doctor who says that should be put in jail. Okay. They should have their license taken away. In 1936, the U.S. Senate came out with a thing, U.S. Senate document 264, that said Americans' farm soils no longer have enough nutrition in them to support life. The U.S. Senate said that in 1936. And so doctors today saying, oh, just eat well, you get everything you need. Electricity has killed more people than all the wars in the world combined, okay? And that's because we gave up wood ashes, which were our universal source, no matter what country you came from. Everybody in the world was putting wood ashes into their gardens and wood ashes into their food, and they're getting what minerals were there. Now, wood ashes have variable amounts of minerals in them because nutritional minerals do not occur in a uniform blanket around the crust of the earth. They occur in veins like gold and silver. And that's why I like our pink Himalayan salt, because it does have 78 minerals in there, as well as the sodium chloride. And so you can take our pink Himalayan salt. I do. I take it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, pink Himalayan salt. And I also, which they say is I do exercise. I walk 3 miles a day, every day. Been doing it for 75 years. And I played sports. I played football. I wrestled. I played soccer, rugby, all that kind of stuff. I ran track, weightlifted, powerlifting, and all that kind of stuff. And so, exercise is okay if you supplement with the 90 essential nutrients and replace what you're sweating out. But if you just exercise and exercise and exercise, I don't need to exercise. I take vitamins and minerals. That's a good way to say it. But if you say it the other way, I don't need to take vitamins and minerals because I exercise. You're going to die 50 years early. Okay. And, okay, now I'll give you a quick thing here. Back in the days of the plantations, a couple hundred years ago, the plantation owners, it was not unusual for them to die at age 50. And the slaves would live to be 100. Why was that? Well, they were getting all the wood ashes. They were eating all the stuff, the livers of the chickens and the fish and so forth, and eating the bones and making bone broth and everything. And the plantation owners were just eating meat and drinking red wine. And so the slaves lived almost double the lifespan of the plantation owners.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Wallach. We're out of time now. I want to thank you, Doc, for being here, and for all of our participants for showing up, and all the people that are listening to AskDocLive.com and watching it in their homes on the replay. I want to also thank my wonderful co-host, Nasima Omar, and Jonty McCollier, who keeps everything running in the background, and Nasima is texting and chatting with everybody. Also, I want to thank Rebecca Dukes-Kozak and Ask Doc Live for making this show possible. And we'll see you all next week. Thank you for coming, and have a great weekend.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ruth Ellen, thank you, Nasima, thank you, John T. And even at a distance, thank you so much, Rebecca. God bless everybody. It was a great, great show today. We talked to a lot of people, and they will share the message. Don't forget the new book set, The Truth About Nutrition, the book, the CD, and the DVD. And remember, if you get 10 sets, we'll take $10 off of each set, and it'll save $100. Okay, God bless, and see you next week.
Bye, Doc. Thank you.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.